Season 5 of Slow Horses takes the political tension and chaotic espionage of the series to a whole new level with the sudden and shocking death of Dennis Gimball. His rivalry with Zafar Jaffrey has been at the center of this season's drama, setting off a dangerous chain of events that end in chaos, deception, and tragedy. What begins as a heated mayoral race quickly spirals into something far deadlier, revealing how political ambition and secret intelligence often mix with explosive consequences. Gimball's death isn't just a random accident. It's a major turning point that reshapes the entire story, forcing the Slow House team to dig deeper into a political conspiracy that could destabilize the country. At the start of the season, the tension between Dennis Gimball and Zafar Jaffrey dominates London's political scene. Both are mayoral candidates fighting fiercely for public attention, but their rivalry goes beyond simple politics. When a mass shooting occurs early in the season, the tragedy becomes intertwined with their campaigns, and soon both candidates are dragged into a web of suspicion, manipulation, and potential foreign interference. The intelligence services, led by First Desk Director General Claude Whelan, quickly get involved as they try to understand whether the incident was a random act of violence or part of a much larger plot to destabilize the government. However, the situation becomes even more personal when Gimball's wife, Dodi Gimball, enters the picture. Dodi, a tough journalist known for using her connections to get what she wants, doesn't shy away from making enemies. Her relationship with her husband's political ambitions and her professional rivalry with Claude make her one of the most dangerous players in this season. Her willingness to dig for dirt and use information as a weapon creates a dangerous balance of power between the political and intelligence worlds. Things take a darker turn when Agent Ko puts forward a theory suggesting that the recent chaos might not be coincidental, but rather part of a carefully designed destabilization strategy orchestrated by foreign actors. If his theory is right, then the next phase of the plan would likely involve assassinating a high-profile political figure, someone like Dennis Gimball or Zafar Jaffrey. This revelation raises the stakes for everyone involved. The politicians become sitting ducks at their own campaign rallies, and the Slow House team must act fast to prevent disaster. Jackson Lamb, always one step ahead, knows that even the smallest rumor can turn out to be deadly serious. He doesn't waste time once Ko's theory gains credibility. Lamb decides to take no chances and sends his agents to secretly guard both political rallies. River Cartwright and Co. are assigned to keep an eye on Dennis Gimball's event, while Shirley and Standish are sent to watch Zafar Jaffrey's rally. What's supposed to be a simple undercover mission to ensure safety soon turns into a nightmare as the team realizes the threat is real. At Gimball's event, River and Co. are on high alert, expecting something sinister to unfold. Co keeps his eyes open for any suspicious movement around the venue, while River tries to blend into the crowd. What they don't expect is for the biggest danger to come not from a professional assassin, but from an argument that spirals violently out of control. Before the rally starts, Gimball gets into a heated confrontation with Bowman, Jaffrey's security man. The argument begins when Bowman asks Gimball to avoid mentioning Jaffrey's son, Irfan, in his speech. Irfan had been part of climate protests that caused chaos in the city, resulting in several deaths. Bowman just wants to protect Jaffrey's family from more humiliation, but Gimball refuses to listen. Gimball, arrogant and unfiltered as ever, responds to Bowman's request with racist remarks. The exchange quickly escalates into a physical fight. River, watching from nearby, misinterprets the scene as an assassination attempt. Believing Bowman is trying to kill the candidate, River rushes to intervene. Although Bowman is much stronger and easily overpowers him, River pulls out his gun, making the already tense situation even worse. Bowman panics and flees, leaving River and Co. scrambling to control the chaos. While River tries to process what just happened, Co. takes a detour to reach the scene, maneuvering through a maze of scaffolding and construction materials outside the building. Unfortunately, fate intervenes in the worst way possible. As Co makes his way down, a loose pulley triggers an accident that sends a heavy paint can plummeting toward the ground. The can strikes Dennis Gimball squarely on the head, killing him instantly. His skull cracks upon impact with the pavement, and he dies on the spot. It's a brutal and shocking death, and even though it appears to be an accident, its timing makes it look suspicious. The aftermath of Gimball's death throws both the political and intelligence worlds into chaos. The media goes into a frenzy, spinning theories about what really happened. Was it a tragic accident or part of a larger conspiracy? For Lamb and his team, the death confirms that Co's theory about foreign involvement might be closer to the truth than anyone realized. But what makes the situation even more complicated is what Gimball was carrying with him at the time of his death, an audio device that could expose one of the biggest scandals in MI5. Earlier in the season, Dodi Gimball had gotten into a nasty feud with Claude Whelan, the MI5 Director General. Their argument began when Claude asked her to leave a confidential meeting. Humiliated and furious, Dodi decided to get revenge the best way she knew how, through information. Using her investigative skills, she uncovered evidence of Claude's affair with an escort and began threatening to publish the story, hoping to destroy his career. But Claude wasn't the kind of man to take a threat lightly. Using his own intelligence network, he dug into Dodi and her husband's pasts and discovered enough dirt to blackmail them right back. It turns out the Gimballs had plenty of skeletons in their closets. Dodi, during her university years, had dated a Marxist society leader. When their relationship ended badly, she framed him by planting cocaine in his belongings, getting him fired. For someone who built her career as a conservative journalist, this revelation could destroy her credibility. But her husband's secret was even more damaging. Dennis Gimball's real name was Dennis Özil, and his father, Yusuf Özil, was a Turkish immigrant who entered the country illegally and later went to prison for grievous bodily harm. Gimball had built his political career on an anti-immigration platform, a cruel irony that would have destroyed his public image if the truth had come out. Claude used this information as leverage, threatening to leak it if Dodi continued to harass him. But what he didn't know was that Dennis Gimball secretly recorded their conversation. Before his death, Gimball was carrying the recording device that captured Claude's threat, proof of MI5's involvement in blackmail and cover-ups. After the chaos at the rally, Co discovers the device and quietly pockets it, unaware of how significant it is. This small object could expose everything, and once Lamb's team figures out what's on it, it could blow open one of the biggest scandals in the agency's history. Dennis Gimball's death might seem like a tragic accident at first glance, but in true slow horses fashion, nothing is ever that simple. Every death, every mistake, every twist connects to something larger, and Gimball's demise could be the key to unraveling the entire conspiracy. His death leaves behind questions about who truly benefits from his absence and what secrets he was trying to protect. For River, Co., and the rest of Slow House, it's not just another failed mission, it's a reminder of how unpredictable and dangerous their work can be. As the season continues, Gimball's death sets off a chain of new problems. Dottie's anger and grief could push her to use the recording to strike back at Claude. Meanwhile, the public's reaction to the tragedy could shift the entire political landscape, possibly handing Zafar Jaffrey an advantage in the mayoral race. For My 5, the situation becomes an even bigger mess to clean up, with the agency now facing questions about their involvement and potential cover-ups. And for Jackson Lamb, this messy web of politics, lies, and death is exactly the kind of chaos he's best at navigating. In the end, Dennis Gimball's death is more than just the loss of a politician. It's the spark that ignites a new wave of political scandal and intelligence warfare. His fall from grace, both literal and symbolic, shows how Slow Horses continues to balance dark humor, tragedy, and cutting political commentary. His story is a warning about the price of ambition, the fragility of reputation, and the dangerous games played by those in power.